Hey, welcome back. Another day, another vlog. Happy Friday. Hope you're all well, everyone, and you've had a good day, finished the week off nice and strong, and ready to relax over the weekend or party and burn out all those frustrations that we get in life. Sometimes you just need to vent a bit of steam off. It's always good for you. Don't want to hold it down in there, get it out, walk out in the paddock and offload it. It's always good. Now, big news tonight. Got a bit done today, filming, doing all the B-roll and filming all the review for the Sigma lens. So hopefully, end of this weekend, I should be pretty close to having that done. Fingers crossed. But it's all going pretty darn well. Got some nice footage and hopefully some good B-roll if I can get it put together nicely. I'm pretty happy with how it's come up so far. Now, news-wise, let's get into it. I've got a bit here. Huawei moving into the PC market. They've started off with their own boards. They're the 5G kings on the planet. They make the best chips for 5Gs. They obviously got the embargo with the United States, but that doesn't seem to be holding these guys back. They don't care. They're just going full steam ahead, and it's all happening. Sorry, just fixing my light up here. So yeah, all happening for them. They're going to go into the whole PC market, but they started off with the boards. They'll move into chips and everything else later, but yeah, definitely happening. Huawei, bigger and better to come. Trump will not stop these guys. T-Mobile, we talked about them with their release of the 5G network, and it's all happening. Over 100 million people have access to it. Now, what they've done is, which I didn't understand, I only thought there was one 5G, but MKBH explained it pretty well. He did a video on it. It was really interesting, so I suggest you shoot over and watch him. Basically explains that there's three different tiers for the 5G. You've got your millimeter waves, which is your top echelon, which is 1500 megabytes a second. Then you got mid-band and low-band. Now, Verizon's gone millimeter waves straight away, so they have to put a massive infrastructure out worth billions of dollars, and you have to be in line of sight to get that speed. Otherwise, it'll drop back to 4G. It'll be a better 4G, but it still won't be 5G, which is obviously latency issues and stuff like that. So it is definitely not perfect, I guess. Well, what T-Mobile's done is they've started with low band, and which means that you can have the 5G, not receivers, the 5G system sending it out, and you can be 15 minutes away in a car from the closest one, and you can get 5G. So that'll give you, they were getting speeds like 60 meg on minimum to 120 megabytes a second on their phones, which is insane for us Australians. We can't even get that with NBN without paying $400 a month. Yeah, crazy stuff. We just blew $40 billion in Australia for nothing. The NBN right now is just a total schmozzle. Total waste of time. It's good to have at the moment, but obviously this 5G is just going to blow it out the water and make it defunct, and they're just going to lose the packet. So a bit disappointing from our politicians not having the foresight to think ahead, but good to see T-Mobile is smart enough to put that option in. So they've spread their low band around, and they'll move it up to mid band, so it'll be even faster. So you'll probably see 200-300 megabytes a second, and then in a couple of years' time, then they'll start putting all their millimeter wave process in while they're getting all this money in from their customers, and then they'll eventually get to millimeter waves where it'll be just the ridiculous speeds. I think that's a great idea. Hopefully our telcos in Australia are smart enough to do it. I've got a funny feeling they won't. They'll try and do it backwards like Verizon's done, which will take another 10 years to put us even further behind. And the good with that, I'd say they'll do it that way, is because they'll still be able to suck some money out of the NBN off us all, because 5G won't be any good, so no one will worry about it. Now, with that happening, obviously that means that iPhones will have to be 5G this year, because now it's all happening. Now they're behind the 8 ball with no 5G phones available, with Samsung and a couple others. The 1T, 71T got it. So yeah, it's all happening in the 5G world, and it looks pretty darn good. Did have two phones side by side, exact same phone, the 7.1T McLaren version, and one had the 4G, one had the 5G, and this was pumping like 60 to 100 megs, and this was only getting like 15 to 20 megs on 4G, so exact same in the car. It was just awesome. Can't wait for it to finally get here. Good news. So that was really interesting. Go and check out Marquez over and suss that out on his video. Really, really good and well done. Really good video. James Bond, new movie has been dropped. The trailer, No Time to Die, looks awesome. I was a little bit confused because I'm not sure when the timing is on it, because the girl in it is the girl that died. I thought she died in the last movie, so it was a little bit confusing. But as always with James Bond, the movies are freaking amazing. Can't wait to see it. April 2nd, that'll be coming out, it'll be released. So something to look forward, another one to look forward to in 2020. Black Widow yesterday, dropping this year, May, so May, April, May, there's all sorts coming out, so very, very good. Huawei, I've done that one. Yes, now the big one. This is the big one. Canon, if you haven't already seen it on there, Canon, the mad news out today, or last night, I'd already done, just released pretty much after last night's Another Day, Another Vlog. They are bringing out a pro mirrorless camera. Rumours of a RS version, that's what they're calling it. Might be a R Pro. The Pro's working well for iPhone. And these other phone companies, I don't know why Canon wouldn't be smart enough to go the R Pro as a designation, so that'd be probably a little bit smarter. 75 megapixel camera with its focus being on dynamic range, which is really good for video and landscape stuff and bits and pieces like that. Get those colours and the shadows and everything in there. It's going to be pretty darn special. FPS, frames per second, will be pretty much the same as the current R model. Dual card slots. There's no rumours on what the cards. I think they'd be very silly if they didn't go the CF Fast Express, the like 2 gig a second cards that are released. So I'm hopeful it's going to be the twin CFS Express. That looks pretty amazing. Definitely needs 2 cards if it's a Pro version. It's going to have the joystick. They're getting rid of the touchpad that's on the R. That's gone. No, I don't think anyone really used it as much. So go to a joystick. That's pretty common on the Pro level sort of cameras in all the other brands and in the DSLRs for Canon. It's going to have a high-res EVF, obviously. You got all this amazing glass on it. You want to be able to exactly see what you're seeing, so that'll be all tickety-boo. And weather sealed, so that's really good. Obviously Pro, you know, all the gun landscape guys and all the different pieces in video and guys doing it would use it for vlogging and stuff like that. I'm sure there's going to be a heap of those. Be able to use it in sort of light rain and stuff like that, bad weather and snow. That's going to be a really good advantage. Now Canon's known for probably the best color for their cameras, for their footage, so it's going to be a pretty big deal. I think these camera companies are they need to listen, and they've been talking about this for a long time. These guys have come to the party. They need to get it sort of done now. They're still all losing money. All camera companies are dropping cash. There's a big steady decline in camera sales over the last 10 years. It's not good for them. They've got to find ways to stay alive. The phone market is taking up a fair bit of that. I think I've discussed before that phones and camera companies need to get together and work together, whether that's on some sort of screw-on lens. You see all these other little companies with their lenses attaching on. I've got the anamorphic on here. I think some of these camera companies need to get into that little game and somehow work away with them. But yeah, that's huge news. The Pro guys have been wanting this. They've got the Pro Glass. Now here comes the Pro Body. So I'd say early 2020 when they release that roadmap. I wouldn't be surprised that we hear of a date when the Canon Pro mirrorless camera body is going to be released. So yeah, very exciting for us Canon people and for all photographers. Going to be really interesting to see what Canon has in its back pocket to go up against the Sony A7R IV, which is the number one at the moment. It's got 67 megapixels, ridiculous eye autofocus for still photography. Canon's still got the best video autofocus, but stills it lags behind the Sony, so there's a lot there to fight up. Sony's got the A9 as well, so Sony's got two flagships there in the mirrorless. It'd be really interesting to see what Canon's 2020 program is going to be and how this Pro one sets up the rest of its field. And that's about it. Pretty interesting, some exciting stuff there for us camera guys and photographers. Hope you enjoyed it. That James Bond, go check out that trailer, looks insane. As always, the stunts are ridiculous. Very cool, beautiful DB5 Aston Martin in there. Love them, they look amazing. And yeah, always Daniel Craig does a fantastic job. He's done a hell of a job as the Bond, and he's doing it. I think he's going to come out with another gem. That's it for another night, another day. Enjoy your Friday night. Have a few drinks for me. You guys are still working today. It's nearly over. Then you can go and relax. Enjoy your weekend. Give your family a hug. And I'll see you all tomorrow night. So wherever you're coming or going or staying or delaying, we'll see you all tomorrow. Catches.